Hi, and welcome to an intermediate Pilates mat flow-based workout. If you have not already participated with our intermediate Pilates mat detailed instruction video, then I would highly encourage that you participate with that workout prior to this one. During that video, we do break down all of the new intermediate exercises in detail, whereas during this video, everything will be done in a flow-based pace. So let's get started. So we are going to begin by laying on our backs. We are going to do just a brief review of some of our 5 basic principles. Again, if you use a head prop, you do want to go ahead and have that in place. So we will begin by taking in a nice deep breath in through the nose, exhaling out through pursed lips, facilitating the engagement of the pelvic floor muscles as well as the transverse abdominis. As you breathe in, encourage that accordion type spread of the rib cage so the ribs move forward, sideways, and backwards. Exhaling, feeling the ribs knitting back in towards each other and that subtle contraction of the pelvic floor and the transverse abdominis. Let's do one more breath in and then one more exhale out. Let's just gently take an inhale. As you exhale, find your neutral pelvic position, whatever that may be for you today. We're going to 2-breath this pattern. So inhale to stay here. Exhale to your imprint, facilitating that movement with the obliques, not the glutes. Inhale, release back to neutral, and once again, it is your obliques that prevent you from going too far in the other direction. Exhale to find the imprint. Inhale to find neutral. 2 more times. Exhale to imprint. Inhale to neutral. And exhale to imprint, this time pausing in the imprint. Let's inhale one leg tabletop. Exhale the other leg tabletop. We're going to do our rib cage placement with this open kinetic chain, heavier lever with the legs in the air. Breathe in. Arms reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, the arms are coming overhead. They may not go as far as normal because of the legs being in the air. Make sure the ribs maintain contact with the mat. Breathe in as the arms come back up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower them down towards the mat. They may touch, they may not. Breathe in, reaching up. Exhale, coming back and overhead. Inhale, back up to the ceiling. Exhale to lower down. We're going to do this one more time. Breathing in. Exhaling overhead. Inhale, reaching back up to the ceiling. Exhale, this time the arms are coming down into a low hover. We're setting right up for our 100. We will inhale to prepare. Exhale, the head nods, flex the thoracic spine, extending the legs if that's appropriate. And here we go, breathing in. 2, 3, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Keep folding the ribs towards the hips. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Try to make it a long inhale. Breathe out. And in. And out. 3 more sets, so we're going to try and minimize, exhale out, the staccato breath if we can. So instead of sniffing, your long breathing, exhale, breathe in, one more time, and exhale out. Breathe in, hold the knees in tabletop. Exhale, lower the upper body. Take one leg down, hold on behind the other leg, head nod, roll yourself up. Right into half roll back. So far we know these exercises. Breathe in. Pubic bone curls to the belly button. Hands are right out in front of the shoulders. Exhale. Initiate with the abdominals. The arms match shoulder height when you come forward. Breathing in. And exhaling forward. So we're moving the pelvis away from the thigh. And then we're bringing it right back up again. We're going to do 3 more of these. Inhale. So the pace that I'm moving at, this is going to be the pace of the entire workout today. Here's 2. So if it's feeling a little fast, I want you to omit where you need to, trim reps where you need to. Remember, this is a progression. You're going to get better every time you do it. This one's coming all the way to the floor. Inhale, start the roll back. Exhale, continue to extend out. Take the legs and extend them, flex the feet, setting up for the roll up. Inhale to reach. Head nod, find your imprint, find the feet, roll through your imprint. Your knees can be bent at the top or remain straight. Inhale, just like the half roll back, I'm curling, I'm curling, I'm curling. Exhale, ribs stay on the floor here. As you exhale, give the arms energy. Imagine trying to pull them apart or trying to pull them together, but they won't move. If you have a ring, or that ball, remember in our mini ball workout, we held onto that ball. It's always nice to give your shoulders something to do. 3 more. Inhale, start the roll back. Keep your shoulder blades from over protracting. 2 more times. If you start to find on any given day, the number of reps that I'm doing becomes unobtainable, modify. Do the half roll up. Do a bent knee roll up. Here's the last one. Inhale, start the roll down. Exhale. Arms are going to circle down and beside you. We're going into our one leg circle. Now this was previously broken down in our mini stability ball workout. So I am going to bend one of my knees on the floor, one leg tabletop. Extend that leg if that's appropriate for the hamstring. Some of you are going to be fine with both legs straight. That is not my body type. Neutral pelvis, try not to tuck. Inhale, start the circle. Exhale the second half of the circle and pause. I want you to minimize movement from rib to rib, shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Yes, you will feel a slight weight shift as the leg moves. 2 more, but you do not want to involve the entire body in rotating side to side. So that's your goal. Reverse the direction. So it's not about how big the leg is. The circling of the leg is meant to challenge your abdominals to keep your spine as still as possible. I am bending my other knee because my hamstrings are limited in range of motion. 1 more. Some of you may even have to bend the leg in the air. Inhale, bend this knee. Exhale, take that leg to the floor, match the other leg. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale to extend, and here we go, circling to the inside first and around. Now I want you to watch your kneecap. As we go to the outside, sometimes it's tempting to rotate the thigh and the knee ends up facing the floor. Try to keep your knee facing the wall behind you the entire time. Use that exhale. That's especially beneficial right about the time the hip wants to grip. Reverse. Inhale to the outside. Exhale, cross the midline and pause. And 1 more. Now we're going to take that leg, bend that knee in, hold on behind that leg. Use this leg to pull you all the way up into a seated position, and we're going to set up for spine twist. Turning to face you, arms either at the diagonal or out to the side. Breath in, spiral in one direction, maximum rotation. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2. We're going to add a little bit to this today. As you go to the other side, I want you to bend one elbow, pull that elbow back. 2, 3. So you're giving the mid-back a little bit of resistance. Really beneficial for any of you that have maybe a little excessive flexion in that upper back. Start training those muscles that pull the shoulder blades back towards the spine a little bit. If that's not your problem, this may not be the option that you prefer. 1 more time. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Lower the arms, scooting to the front edge of your mat for rolling like a ball. Coming into your half roll back position, one leg up, other leg up.
Set the hands beside the legs. Active flexion. Inhale, deepen the curve. Exhale up and pause. Initiate by leading with lumbar flexion, not by leaning back the thoracic. Remember, we're trying to keep our thighs equal distance away from our body the entire range. Trying to keep your feet equal distance from your legs the entire range as well. 2 to go. And 1. Now we go right down into single leg extension. So control the roll down. Catch. One leg out, one leg in. Here we go. Remember, you can pause that knee a little further away. But I'm starting to warm up myself. 4 more total. 4, 3, 2. Both knees bend in, hands behind the head, breath in, rotate in one direction. Check that armpit to hip. Stay up the whole time. You're twisting the spine, not taking elbow to knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Lower the upper body for slow double leg stretch. So remember, this is new. We're in our diamond shape. Hands are pressing into the inside or to the outsides of the knee. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, head nod, flex the thoracic. Inhale, reach out like the 100. Exhale, hands overhead. Rotate the legs, flex the feet, point the feet, back to the 100. Lower down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, head nod, flex. Inhale, reach like the 100. Exhale, arms overhead. Arms and legs mimic each other. Inhale, back to the 100. Exhale, down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, head nods. Inhale, reach. Exhale. If you want to just take the feet with you the whole time, if that helps, instead of pausing that flexed foot, please do so. One more time. Exhale up. Inhale to reach. There's your 100 position, right? So I could just take my feet with me, circle the legs with the arms, come back, and lower down. Double leg stretch. Flex up. Knees are side by side and parallel. Exhale, hat off the head. Circle. In. How low my arms go depends on how high I can remain. 4, 3, my eye gaze is at my knees. 2, I'm gonna stay up here today. 1, remember, I like my hands behind my head for scissors. 1, 2, 1, 2. So your hands could be beside your hips. Pulsing, 2, pulsing, 2. Last 4 total. 3, 2, 1. Both legs up. Bend the knees. Lower the upper body. No head pad. We are going right into shoulder bridge. Feet together, V, heels. Breath in. Exhale, engage the glutes, press the feet into the floor, extend the hips up. Inhale, one leg up. Exhale, flex, lower knee to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last time, down. Inhale, up. Now as you exhale, bend the knee, toe ball heel. Transfer into that foot. Other leg up. One more. Hold up, bend the knee, toe ball heel, back to the first slide. We're just going to do one more set today. 3, 2. We're trying to hold our hips up the whole time. Bend the knee, toe ball heel, transfer heel ball toe up. 3. 1 to go. Bend the knee, toe ball heel. Take a breath in here. Now exhale, set the hips down. Now from here, we're going right into the rollover. So another new one. Exhale to find your imprint. Tabletop the legs. Now recall in the detailed video, there are options for this. I'm going to go right into the most intermediate version, but please modify if you need to. Imprint here or neutral if able. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, continue to hinge to parallel. Now right here is where you can lower towards the floor. Inhale, back up, open, flex the feet. Now as you're rolling down, keep your chin away from your chest. Legs come all the way back together. Hinge on an inhale. Long exhale over. Right into the lower. This is your hamstrings dictating that. Woo, every day is different. Inhale up, open, flex. For some people, remember, it will be breast tissue. So if your body is in your own way, inhale. Lower. Ah, I made it that time. And down. Now we're just going to do one more in the forward today. We're not going to add the reverse. Hinge. Continue to exhale on that lower. Inhale back up to parallel and open. Exhale, flex. And I'm thinking mid-back, mid-back, mid-back. I don't want my shoulders to roll off the mat. And then bend those knees in. One leg down. Other leg down, and now we're going to roll over and set up for our one leg kick, intermediate version. Please go back to the essential if you need to. So remember, essential is done laying down. For intermediate, onto the forearms. Now initially I know you just want to lounge here, but imagine you were getting shot out of a cannon. So you draw the elbows back, you draw the abdominals up, so you look like you're in a long dart position. Hip bones are up, pubic bone may or may not be touching, depends on your quads. If your quads are big, those pubic bones may not make it down. Here we go. We're going to take one leg up, we point, we flex, we lower, other leg. Remember from the detailed instruction video, if you're tight in the quads or tight in the hip flexor, you may not bend as much when you've got the hip off the mat as you did when you had the hip on the mat. A lot of shoulder stabilization required here. So I'm pushing the floor away from me. I'm telling my shoulder blades not to kiss my spine. One more time. Point, flex, and inhale here. Exhale to lower down for our full breast stroke. I'm going to scoot over just a little bit. I'm afraid I'm going to hit some of my props here. So we take our breath in. We hover on our exhale. Shoot the arms forward. As you inhale, swim the arms around into extension. Now right here, pubic bones down, no low back discomfort. Bend so you make the letter W from above. Shoot through. Inhale, circle, 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 push around. Exhale, back to the hover. Imagine you had resistance pushing through the air. Your legs could be together or slightly apart here. Abdominals drawing up. Tops of the feet stay on the mat. If your feet start to lift up, going too high, not enough abdominals, too much glute. Two more. Push through. This will be the last one. Circle around. And on this exhale, all the way down. Push back. Take a shell stretch for me. Knees together or apart. Shift back. Give the low back a little flexion. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take another breath in. And then on this exhale, we're going to roll ourselves up and come for saw. So, seated, and I always turn to face you for this, legs about the width of the mat, arms out to the side. We're going to rotate first. I'm going to go to my right. Inhale. Exhale. Just like spine stretch forward, I'm peeling down. Remember, you can look down or back. Inhale as you roll up, allow that back arm to turn. Exhale, forward. Breathing in. Exhale. Opposite hip down. Inhale to roll. Think of exploring all the spinal mobility edges here. Rotate. Peel into a stretch down. Let that arm reach forward. Stretch across that mid-back. Inhale to roll it back up, turning that back arm when it feels appropriate in the shoulder. Inhale to rotate. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward, arms relaxing down. Okay, open leg rocker. So as you'll recall, we have quite a few options there. I'm going to start with one of the mods and move into the full. So remember our rolling like a ball. Let's start off there. One leg up, other leg up. I'm holding on behind my legs now. Now I'm going to leave my lumbar spine where it is, but I'm going to lengthen my thoracic. I'm basically in a teaser, supporting myself with my arms. We inhale to roll back, exhale up, but then we reacquire that length. So that's the difference in the spine. Inhale, curve. You could start to add the legs when you go back. They extend, they bend when you come back. Or the legs could be extended the whole time, holding on around the ankle or somewhere on the leg. Inhaling back, exhaling, length. Let your eye gaze walk up the leg there. Final one. Bring the legs together, bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. We're going into neck pull. So we are going to assist ourselves back down onto our backs. Head props can come back in. So recall, hands can be behind the head here. And if you'll recall, one of the mods is to scoop the arms, and that is the one that I'm going to do. So we begin on an inhale. We start to roll up. There's your half roll up. Now, through the lumbar, you can scoop. Hands can be to the forehead or behind the head. Inhale, build it up nice and tall. And we're going to roll back down. Try not to let the elbows kick forward. Leave the arms here as long as you can. If you need to counter again, you could. Now hands could be behind the head or in front of the head here as well. I'm going to go ahead and choose the front today. Inhale, exhale, scooping. Inhale, re-stack to neutral. Exhale to roll down. I'm pushing through the heels, curling, 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 curling my pubic bone. And again, breathing in. Arms could remain there, not quite appropriate on my body. Rolling up. This time let's hinge back. So lift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. Okay, when you can't do that anymore, then you go through the curve. Okay, this is going to be the last one of those. Inhale, the head nod, start the roll. Exhale, finish the roll. Take that over. And then we're going to sit straight back up. No roll down or hinge back this time. Allow the arms to come down, and we're going into oblique roll back. Once again, I'm going to turn to face you. Knees together, arms out in front. And remember, we go into the half roll back, and then we rotate. And then we bring it back up. Exhale back. Remember, this arm's in front of the shoulder. Inhaling up. Half roll, press those thighs into each other to help stabilize the pelvis. And again. One more each way. Final time. And up. Okay, jackknife, another new one. So we're back on our backs. No head propping.
Find the imprint. Tabletop the legs. Okay? There's going to be 4 repetitions of this. I do realize that this is not appropriate for everyone, so if you need to omit it, you can. Or simply do the rollover again. So the legs are over and away. Now this time it's 1 inhale all the way into the rollover. So we breathe in, continue. Now right here, use your glutes to lift the legs. Do not go higher on the shoulder blades. Inhale to stay. Now as you roll down, you're trying to send your hips away from you in that same shape. How long can you do that? How long can you do that? That's about it for me. And I'm going to have to flex my hips to make it something I can actually achieve. Breathe into hinge. Peel up, find your rollover. So again, my spinal shape's not going to change, just my hip angle. So this angle opened up. I'm going to hold for an inhale. Exhale, coming down. Flexing my hips when I need to. So for me, it happens pretty quickly. For some of you, it will be very impressive how far you can go with your hip angle still open. Make sure right there you did not go higher on your neck. Exhale, so your feet are chasing the ceiling, chasing the ceiling, chasing the ceiling, chasing the ceiling. Whew, I said 4, right? That was 3. One more. Inhale over. Exhale to extend the hip. Inhale to remain. Exhale down. All the way. Give those knees a quick hug into the chest. Whew. Okay. Side kick. So we're going to roll over onto our side. I'm going to go to this side first today. So give me just a second to move my mic pack out of the way. So for side kick, we're lining up with our mats. Recall, back edge to shoulder. Legs are forward about 45 degrees. Top leg lifts up hip height. Make that leg as long as the bottom leg. So our waistline supported. Hand is on the floor. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale to extend. No rib cage movement when that leg goes backwards. Inhale, 2. Exhale, back. No pulse to the back. Height of the leg is held constant by these hip abductors. 2 more of the kicks. And 1. Now, making one long straight line. And again, I'm going to start off keeping this arm bent, but I will have to straighten it for that new one. So top leg abduction. I've made my top foot as long as my bottom. Inhale, flex to lower. I'm trying to keep that leg between 2 imaginary panes of glass. I'm not letting it sneak to the front. I'm not letting it sneak to the back. So really trying to isolate our weight transfer muscles, our abductors. Notice too, if you have a tendency to want to rotate the leg. One more time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now here's leg circles. We're coming up. We exhale through the bottom. So I'm going to go forward, down, back, and up. Exhale through the bottom. When the leg goes backwards, the abdominals have to work even harder. So don't be surprised that you feel more engagement here. It's preventing the spine from extending with the leg. Pause to reverse. Go backwards first. Exhale through the bottom. Two to go. And 1. Now both legs are together. We're going into staggered legs. So we inhale, lift, exhale, meet, and down. Now that we know what we're about to add today with that lateral flexion, it starts to make the need to not let this waistline sink more relevant. So 2 to go. Final 1. Now breathe in, exhale, both legs up. Did the waist sink? That'll be a problem in a second. And up. So you only lift the legs as high as you can keep your waistline from dropping into the mat. Here's 3, 2,
and 1. I realize for some people this next one's not appropriate. Believe it or not, it's an essential exercise, but I did not add it until the intermediate level. This arm's out now though. This hand is on the thigh. Of course, it could still be on the floor. Now what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm giving my legs a slight lift. I've started to bring my head up. This arm is pushing into the floor to lift me into lateral flexion. I've supported like crazy under here, and I'm coming back down. If the shoulder's vulnerable, please skip it. So we exhale. Might there be a little slide of that bottom arm? Yes, but not a lot. How much space do you have between the bottom rib and this hip? Not a lot. If you go up too high, you will have to rotate. One more. And down. Let's give that top leg a quick break over. Turn your head back and away, because I know that those lateral flexors of the neck did some work there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come on up. We're going to switch sides. Starting with side kick. So pelvis to shoulders in one line. Feet are forward about 45 degrees. And we're going to lift that top leg up to the height of the hip. Draw it nice and long. Flex forward. 1, 2. Exhale. Back. So as the leg's kicking forward, your heel's reaching one way, your sit bone's reaching the other. You don't want this to tuck the tailbone. Pull your sit bone away from it so your hamstring gets a little stretch as you're going forward. So I'm thinking back with my bum. Now, legs into a straight line. And top leg abduction. Slide that bottom leg as long as the top leg as long as the bottom. Inhale to lift it. Flex to lower. Find side leg lift series, as hard as it is, becomes your reprieve in this workout from front half to back half of the workout. Don't worry, there's less left than we've already done. But the pace does pick back up after this. Now we go into circles. So we bring the leg up, forward, down. Remember on the back, you're going to need a little more abdominal work. If you're not getting a lot of hip extension, don't do a lot of hip flexion. Bend the bottom knee if you need to. I'm challenging myself today to keep it straight. 2, and so far I'm managing the challenge. Reverse, or I would bend that bottom leg as well. Some days I have to. I can't go backwards with the leg if I don't give myself more support on the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Now, staggered legs. Make the feet even. Inhale, match, down. Again, it's important that the legs aren't sneaking forwards or backwards. If you think in terms of that lateral flexion exercise that's coming up, the integrity of all of these makes a lot more sense. Now pause at the bottom, breathe in, exhale, lift, did the waist sink, don't let it, lower. These lifting engages that QL muscle, which is also what's going to help pull the ribs to the hips. So you're already starting to prepare the body for lateral flexion. Now we're going to take the bottom arm out. This hand can be on the floor or on the leg. Abdominals pulled in. Take a breath in. So as my legs start to lift, my head starts to lift, my arms pushing the floor away. I'm sliding for my knee and I'm coming back down. I know there's a lot going on there. If you do nothing more than keep your waist from sinking as you're lifting, it's a success. We're going to try one more. And down. Whew. Top leg comes over. Turn the head back. Now from here, we are going into double leg kick. So again, that was new. Remember, this has quite a bit of choreography to it, so I am going to still go a little slow on the first couple. Now, I'm going to use my head pad still because I am turning my head to the side to begin. Recall, hands up on the back as far as is comfortable. I don't like flopping my elbows to the floor, so I'm going to keep them nice and active. Take a breath in. On the exhale, give me 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. Draw long, turn. So you've hit breaststroke prep 2. Legs open and laterally rotate. There's your extension. Come back in and down. Turn to the other side. 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. Imagine your legs are drawing your arms down your body. They turn to center. As the legs open, they laterally rotate. You lift higher. They revisit that coming down. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Long, open and lift, long and down with kicks. 3, 2, 1. Breathing in and out. Last time up and down. Pausing there, allow the legs to come out, hands beside you. Let's push back and just take a quick shell stretch here. Exhaling out. Another breath in. And exhale to roll it up. And we're going to go into spine stretch forward here. I'm just going to come seated facing in this direction. So imagine again that you had that wall behind you and you were making your spine nice and tall. The knees could be bent to achieve that, and that feels a little better in my low back. Breathing in. I am lifting my head off of my spine. I'm not thinking chin to chest, I'm thinking head away from the spine, curving myself down. It starts to feel better with my legs straight as I go. Breathe in while you're here. Roll that back up the imaginary wall all the way to the head for most of us that likes to live out in front. The head picks up. Surrender the sternum where the ribs meet. Draw the abdominals back. Take a breath in while you're here. Exhale to roll back up. One more time. Exhale, lengthen. Take a breath in and exhale to roll back up. Okay, so we are going into our teaser. So for this, I'm going to go and turn myself back around. I've just got the preference to face that way. So this is intermediate teaser, and as you'll recall from the detailed video, I did talk about that you could keep the knees bent or straight. And you could always go back to not putting the legs in the air at all, okay? So I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna bend my knees. So I've imprinted and set the knees up. Now I'm gonna extend my legs out, and that's about as far as I can go. I'm obviously gonna hit my hips, so as I roll up, I'll have to lower my legs and hopefully catch them. Arms are overhead. I'm gonna 4-breath this still initially. So there's my inhale to begin. Exhale. Now here I have to bend my knees. As I exhale to roll back down, I can send my legs back out because they're longer and they help counterbalance my upper body. As I roll, my legs will lower a little, but then I'm going to support them before they go too far. As I lift my chest, I have to bend my knees. You may be fine with your legs straight. As I roll down, I'm going to straighten my legs back out. I'm going to try to keep my arms with me as long as I can. So the other one was the knees could be bent. And then as I roll up, I do have to send them a little away from me and come back down. And the legs will come back towards me. Last time. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Whew, that never ever gets easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's roll on over, and we're going to add our new intermediate version of swan dive. So we're just going to be going into slow rock. So my legs are laterally rotated, shoulder distance apart. Hands are beside me. Now we're going to inhale, recall, breaststroke prep 1, spinal extension. Now, as I exhale, I'm pulling the floor backwards. My elbows meet. Now I'm back in breaststroke prep 1 here, but my legs have lifted. Now I'm going to initiate coming up with my spinal extensors. Cautious here that you haven't found your head out of alignment. Lift the chest, shine your pretty necklace forward. One more up. Leave the legs on the mat this time. Exhale all the way down. Going into swimming. Your legs come a little closer together. Arms go overhead. So all 4 points are lifting. Breathe in. Exhale, extend the spine. Lift arms and legs, and they are going to alternate. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift from the glute so the knee doesn't bend. Exhale. Your breath could be long, or it could be staccato with the sniffs and the puffs, just like we did in our 100. Next time you breathe in, reach all 4 points. Exhale to lower. And let's push back and let's take a shell stretch. So we're rounding out. Big breath. Whew, and exhale. All right, we're really close to the end now. So we're going into our intermediate leg pull front. So this is in a plank position, recall. Hands down, walk one leg back. Now before we load all the weight, take the hands, push your mat forward, brace all fingertips into the floor, abdominals draw up, other leg back, legs are together. So we inhale, we lift one leg. We exhale, glide backwards, point that toe. Inhale forward, flex the foot, exhale lower. Other leg up, glide back, stretch the calf on the floor there. Come forward, lower. Remember, we don't want our hips going up in space. Our plank stays the same. Inhale, exhale, inhale, down, in. So that right there comes from the ankle on the mat. One more each way. Lift, glide, forward, down. Lift, glide, forward, down. Drop to the knees. One good press back. And then we are going to go into hip twist. So I am once again going to go on to a slight diagonal for this so that you can see. I'm going to start on my elbows today. So it could be elbows, hands, bent knees, or straight legs. I'm going to stay on my elbows the whole time, but I will alternate between bent knees and straight legs. So remember, I'm peeking out from the floor, low back's actively flexed, not sinking, so I have my full neck present. Drop the knees to one side. Now use the glutes to open the hip joint. That should get difficult on the obliques. Go to the other side and pause. Other direction. We start with an exhale. We finish with an inhale. You can place your hands on your ribs as an indicator. Are my ribs trying to go with my legs? Because that would be an indicator that your spine is moving. We don't want it to. Therein lies the abdominal challenge as the legs go further away. Legs could be straight, may not go as far. Now they're heavier. So if as your legs go away from you, your belly button's going with them, we're losing the integrity of the exercise. One more in each direction. I didn't want to say that. I wanted to stop last time. Oh, bend the knees, bring it up. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm moving slower than I was in the beginning, but we've got 3 exercises to go, so hang in there. We're really close. Seal is next. Now, although seal is an essential-based exercise, I did not introduce it until the intermediate level. So we're going into our half roll back. Remember, we're winding ourselves up into our legs. You could be inside or outside. We're rolling back with 1, 2, or 3 claps. See what you've got. You're trying to do those on a pause. And when you're trying to come back up, pull your feet towards the floor. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now we're demonstrating balance, control. One more time. Endurance. 1, 2, 3. And the ability to count. Whew, okay. Side bend. So, full side bend now. So, our hand is in line with the hip, as you'll recall now, unlike at the essential level where it was in line with the knee. So, we've got, pardon me, I'm fixing the microphone here. We've got our foot in line with our hip, in line with our hand, all together. We're going up on an inhale. So exhale to prepare. Scoop this arm overhead. So we inhale. Now don't be in a hurry to straighten the legs. Try to get that hip high so that you can straighten the legs. And then you come back down. So we talked about that in our detailed video, that if you're too eager to straighten the legs, you're going to feel like you don't have enough room, because you don't. You've got to get that hip up there first. It actually feels quite nice today. Inhale up, exhaling down. Once more. I have worked up quite the sweat. And down. We change our sides. Please modify if you have a vulnerable shoulder. Foot, so I've got my heel, my sit bone, and my hand. I want to be in the same line on those points. Exhale, prepare. Again, I'm going to scoop. Inhale. If you still found you didn't have enough room or you had too much room, you can always renegotiate between reps. But just remember, I want that hip to get up before the legs try to straighten. And then you're back down. 2 to go. Last one. Oh, believe me, that was my last one. And down. And then we finish with the push-up. Now, we are going to just go into plank today. We're not doing the walkout, for those of you that maybe are familiar with the manual. So, we're walking one foot out, other foot out, full plank. Are we ready? Push the floor away as you lower for 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. As you lower by bending the elbows, draw the belly button up. Keep the backs of the ears reaching to the ceiling. We don't want our spaces to collapse. Spaces being the neck and the lumbar. Down. 2, 3. Whew. We're going to do 2 more because I only wanted to do 1 more. I'm going to make myself go further. Down. 1, 2, 3, and up. Oh my goodness gracious. Everyone, I'm done. Now would be a really good time for us to go and maybe do one of our live stretch workouts, one of our restoration videos. Just real quickly, come into a seated position. Just get comfortable for me. I'm going to take one arm up. I want to drape it over my head, and then I'm going to lift and pour myself that way. And I'm just letting the weight of my hand just gently press down. Now take that hand on the floor and circle it back as you circle your head down. Come back to the center. Take that hand forward as you gently circle the head up. Come back center. Let that head drop, or that hand drop. Circle your head through the middle. and come back up. So if you're familiar with any of our life stretch neck work, you'll know we go out of these stretches differently than we went into them. So I'm lifting, I'm letting this arm be an anchor on the floor, and I'm imagining my elbow had a little weight on it. Now I'm going to take that hand a little backwards as I nod my head down, kind of like aiming my nose to the armpit. Come back to the center as my hand goes a little forward. My head goes back. Back to the side. Let that arm drop. Head goes down. And you come back up. Take the arms, interlace the fingers, round. Now separate the fingers. Turn the palms up. Think of your thumbs leading back, leading back, leading back. Arms come back down. One more time. Interlace, push through and round. I'm sending my shoulder blades to the back. Unlace the hands, turn the palms up, lift the chest. Your thumbs are leading you back. Chest is up, arms are down. Okay, so that was our intermediate flow workout. So if that felt like that was maybe a little bit too much, then please go back to essential, either level 1 flow or level 2 flow. Bear in mind that all of the flow videos do have detailed instruction videos that accompany them. So those are on separate links, but those break down the new exercises. So especially for this intermediate one, I know these things are a bit of a jump. And sometimes you just got to go and try it. And the way you learn is by doing. So please don't be afraid to come back and do this one again. And if you have been doing this intermediate flow for a while, you may be ready for the advanced flow. That is definitely a leap up, so keep that in mind if you're moving forward to that level. As always, if you have any questions, please email me at bodypotentialtraining@gmail.com. Thank you so much.